Ottawa has also approved the deployment of troops to Nova Scotia. Multiple fires are still burning in that province. The largest is in Shelburne County. Around 150 homes have been destroyed in the Halifax area. Earlier this morning, I spoke with the Premier of Nova Scotia about the impact the fires are having on his province and the aid he's requested from Ottawa. Premier Houston, nice to see you on this Sunday.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So what is the situation right now in Nova Scotia? I know it's been raining. How bad or how much improved are things?
Yeah, it's raining, and it's raining where it needs to rain, in the areas where the severe fires are. So that's a good thing. Wow, I've never seen rain lift so many spirits as I seen yesterday when I was touring some of the areas. But still massive fire that's out of control in the Shelburne area. Five fires around the province in total right now. So that's down from what was 10 when we started the day yesterday. So it's moving in the right direction, but still very, very serious situation with the fire that's out of control, and just a devastating week across the province. Over 200 homes lost, and so many lives turned upside down. It's been rough, but hopefully the response from the firefighters has been spectacular. The response from communities stepping up and helping each other has just been unreal. So we'll get through this, and the rain is certainly helping today, as I said.
You announced last Wednesday this fine for open fires that is going to go up to $25,000. Are people still violating that burn ban? Do they get it, do you think, at this stage?
I think they started to get it. I mean, certainly when the fires, it's such a volatile situation early in the week, and remains to in many ways across the province and across the country for that matter. So we early in the week we put the burn ban in province wide, said no burning, just our resources are spread thin. We're asking for help from other areas, just do our part, no burning. And then we still had illegal fires happening, Sunday, Monday through there. So we put the fine up to $25,000. I think that fine was previously like $237 or something, but we said no burning, $25,000 fine. And there have been fines issued. Remarkably, people were still burning and there was fines issued. But the last couple of days, I have to say, I think people are getting it. I haven't heard too many reports of it. But it was, took a little while for some people to get it, but most people got it. We asked them to stay out of the woods. There was a ban on woods travel. That's pretty difficult in a province like this, a rural province. People want to get in the woods. They want to walk. They want to do all kinds of things. So we asked people to stay out of the woods, and they responded to that. We asked them to stop burning, and for the most part, people responded to that. But a few didn't, and they got a $25,000 fine for it.
Wow. We're going to speak to the Minister of Emergency Preparedness, Bill Blair, who I'm sure you're talking to often, or at least his office. The federal government approved your request for aid. He told me that one of the things that was maybe perhaps difficult in terms of communication was understanding what was insurable and reimbursable. So tell me, how would you qualify the assistance you've received from Ottawa, and has there been confusion on that level in terms of what you'll get back?
Yeah, the money part under the disaster financial assistance that'll come. That generally takes years anyway. I mean that part will come, but really where the urgency is in these disasters is kind of the boots on the ground. So responding in the moment, that's what's necessary. And I have to say in this case, I mean our provincial counterparts, our neighbors, were so quick off the ground. Newfoundland had water bombers here right away. New Brunswick had water bombers here. PEI was sending people, Ontario sent hose. You wouldn't believe what a welcome sight a tractor trailer load of fire hose is to these fire crews have, because the fire turns a certain way and they had to get out of there in a hurry to save their own lives and leave a lot of gear behind. So as we see that stuff kind of coming and arriving, it really lifts the spirits. But so that's, and I think right now with the federal government, the system across the country of mutual response, it has been very effective. They meet every day even when there's not fires. That's a great system that's in place. And then when it comes time for the federal government to really step up, I think right now how I would classify that right now is it's working. I'm hearing from the team that there's cooperation, and we are seeing resources from the federal government show up. The money part there'll be a lot of back and forth on that over the fullness of time, but it's in the moment, saving people people, saving property. That's where the response urgency really has to be felt.
Listen, I know you're still kind of in the middle of it, but would you say that the province was well prepared for it? Wildfires are not as common, I don't think, in Nova Scotia as they are perhaps in Alberta or other parts out west. Would you say that Nova Scotia was well prepared for it, or are there things that you know you need to do better going forward?
Yeah, here's what I'd say. There'll be a debrief for sure. But here's what I would say is we do have in this province, 100-ish, maybe 120 forest fires a year. We do have forest fires here. And when I say that to Nova Scotians, it kind of surprises them. They don't know because they don't hear about them, because the team that we have at our natural resources, they respond so quickly. They are so professional. They put these things out. So the response has been good, over the years. This year alone, if we have 100-ish in a normal season, this year alone, fire season's just getting started. We've had 208 fires. Like 208, and then we had 3 out of 4 out of control, all at the same time. Yeah. These will turn out to be the biggest fires in our history, all at the same time. So, look, I think people often ask me about, the fixed wing bombers came from Newfoundland and New Brunswick, and now we have some on the way from Montana, but we don't have one. But we have lots of air capacity. We have 4 helicopters that drop water. And so what I would say to people is that the firefighters are professionals, some of the best trained. They respond quickly. The air cover we have has been, for the most part, has been sufficient with the number of fires we have. But of course, after a situation like this, we'll do a full debrief. And my message to the DNR team will be simple. What do you need? And if there's something they need, we'll get it and support them. That's for sure. Were we prepared? I think as a province, we were as prepared as possible for the situations that we've normally got. And this time we got the biggest fires in our history all at the same time. So do we need to look at that? We'll look at that for sure.
Just quickly, Premier, I guess what would be your message to the people in your province right now who are still, many of them have lost their homes or at least staying somewhere else? What would you say to them?
Yeah, it's been such a devastating time, and I've talked to a number of people who have lost their homes, and just a lot of people that are still under an evacuation order that have been for quite some time, and they want to know when they can go back, and they want to know what they're going back to, and they want to get in and lay eyes on their property. So my message to them is thank you for your patience, and thank you for stepping up and supporting each other. We've seen so much of that. And we understand as a government and as at the provincial level and at the municipal level that you want to see your property, and there's a lot of that's where the effort is to make sure that can happen. But wow, it's been a tough time. The scars on the province are emotionally are going to take a long time to heal, and there's financial scars for sure as well, and those will take time. But we'll get through this together. We will get through this. It's a devastating time right now, but we'll get through this.
Premier, thank you for making the time. I appreciate it, and good luck to you and everybody there. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you.